So in this video, I'm going to be showing you all how to make a pineapple ginger beer. And this ginger beer was actually the house ginger beer of Sasha Petrosky at his bar, Milk and Honey. And sadly, Sasha Petrosky passed away in 2015, and his bar closed just a few years later in 2020 with the whole COVID-19 pandemic. But his recipes were immortalized in the book regarding cocktails, which he wrote along with his wife, Georgette Moser Petrosky. And Sasha was extremely influential with the whole cocktail renaissance, the whole cocktail revival of the late 90s and early 2000s. Milk and Honey itself, extremely influential at that time. A lot of great modern classic cocktails came out of that era, came from his bar, from either himself or the bartenders that worked under him. And this house ginger beer is just another one of those examples. I'm very honored to have it be the first mocktail, the first version cocktail to be featured on this channel. Absolutely amazing mocktail. The problem with a lot of mocktails is that you really feel like you're missing alcohol because of the complexity and the extra flavor profile that alcohol brings. But this cocktail still finds a way to be extremely complex and balance a lot of different flavors, sweet, sour, spiciness, a lot of different complexity, even without the use of alcohol. And that's a credit to Sasha and the whole ethos of Milk and Honey. I really recommend this book because unlike a lot of other cocktail books, especially from the modern classic era, which Milk and Honey was featured in, a lot of those cocktails are hard to access as home bartenders. But the whole ethos of Milk and Honey was simple cocktails, common ingredients, and this mocktail and a lot of the other cocktails from that book really embody that ethos. Simple cocktails, just a few ingredients, very common ingredients, ingredients that most people already have in their pantry, in their fridge, on their bar card. And this house ginger beer, this pineapple ginger beer is a great example of that. So let's get right into making it. It calls for the various ingredients that I have in front of me. Those ingredients are going to be lemon juice, pineapple juice, ginger syrup, agave syrup, although the original recipe actually calls for maple syrup. I don't have any maple syrup with me, but I have made this before with agave syrup, which I feel works as a great substitute. And then you're also going to need aromatic bitters. And then finally, the most important ingredient is going to be soda water because it's the biggest one by volume. And for the exact brands that I'm going to be using, for lemon juice, I'm going to be using Santa Cruz organic lemon juice. This is the lemon juice that I almost use exclusively, whether I'm home bartending, whether I'm making cocktails on YouTube, or any other form of cocktail making that I'm going to be doing. Then this pineapple juice, this one is from Lakewood, and this is the organic pineapple juice. I like this one because it's not from concentrate, so it's a great pineapple juice to use, and it's readily available at a lot of different grocery stores throughout America and throughout the rest of the Western world as well. Then for the ginger syrup, this is going to be from Liquid Alchemist. Liquid Alchemist, along with Lieber & Co. are my two favorite syrup companies. So you can't really go wrong with any type of syrup you choose from either of those two companies. Then for the agave syrup, this is going to be from Herradura. Really, you can go with any type of agave syrup, but I generally like to use ones that are 100% agave, especially 100% blue agave. For the aromatic bitters, the only one really that I use is Angostura aromatic bitters, so that's the one I'm going to be using here. And then finally, for the soda water or sparkling water, I'm going to be using San Pellegrino. This is one of my favorite brands for sparkling water. Another really great one is Topo Chico, so I really recommend either of those two. And for the exact measurements, this drink is going to call for 1 ounce each of the lemon juice, pineapple juice, and ginger syrup, then 1 bar spoon of agave syrup or maple syrup like the original recipe calls for, 1 dash of Angostura bitters, and then 3 ounces of sparkling water. This drink is going to be a highball, so it's going to call for my signature patented sandwich method. What that entails is that I pour half of the carbonated ingredient into the glass first, then I pour all the other ingredients on top of that, and then the second half of the carbonated ingredient on top. So the carbonated ingredient essentially sandwiches the other ingredients in between them. What this allows is for the carbonation to really have more of a balance throughout the entire cocktail. Instead of layering just on the top or just on the bottom, you really get that effervescence and the bubbles throughout the entire cocktail when you use the sandwich method. Before I put any of the ingredients into the glass, first I'm going to be starting off with a couple of ice cubes. I'm going to start with just 3 ice cubes. There may be room for a 4th one later on. And as I mentioned, this drink is going to call for 3 ounces of sparkling water. And with the sandwich method, what that means is that I pour 1.5 ounces of that first into the glass. There's the first 1.5 ounces of the sparkling water. Then the other ingredients, because they do contain some juices and syrups, I'm going to be shaking them up in a glass first. So 1 ounce of lemon juice. Or shaking them up in a shaker, I should say. So that's 1 ounce of lemon juice. Remember, with all your juices, you want to shake them. And I did that before the video started. 1 ounce of lemon juice, then 1 ounce of pineapple juice. then 1 ounce of ginger syrup, and then 1 bar spoon of either your agave syrup or maple syrup. This is just going to add some extra sweetness. You do get most of the sweetness from the juices and from the ginger syrup. This is just going to add a little bit more. And then for the spice notes, the bitterness, and the complexity, 1 dash of Angostura bitters. Then you're going to shake that up. I am going to add 1 ice cube to the shaker tin just so we get a good seal. Then you want to shake for about 10 to 15 seconds. Now we have everything shaken up. Go ahead and unlock the tin. So again, I don't need that extra ice cube, so I'm going to be straining it out and just getting all the liquid contents into the glass. You're going to get a nice little layer of foam on top from the juices, especially the pineapple juice. And then for the final 1.5 ounces of the soda water, we're going to just, or the sparkling water, we're just going to be pouring that on top. And it looks like 3 ice cubes was the perfect amount. You have the glass filled up all the way to the top. This is a 12-ounce glass, just to let you guys know. And there you have it, the pineapple ginger beer, the house ginger beer of Sasha Petrosky at Milk and Honey. Cheers. Anyways, that's all I have for today's video. If you found the advice in this video helpful, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I really like to do 2 styles of videos on this channel. The first will be like this one where I do a tutorial showing you guys how to make a specific cocktail. And then the second style of video will be more talking head style. I go over different stories from my own home bartending journey, share tips and tricks, share general advice, do guides on different topics, and answer questions about home bartending that I feel will help you guys become better home bartenders. Anyways, that's all I have for today's video. And finally, if you want to get more serious about home bartending and you want to invest some money into home bartending, I have a paid community actually on school.com. That will be in the first link in the description below. Thank you. Cheers.